Are you feeling burnt out? Kind of like you've been taking on the whole weight of the world? You're doing Jesus work, but you don't have Jesus energy? It might be time to try something different.
You about to make a mistake. I'm so far gone, bad blood turned on. I burn to anyone in my way. I'm about to bury my head.
You know, I realized something was off whenever I met with my friends last week and they were celebrating something that God had done. Let's go! Shut up!
You got the whole school.
Oh my God! What you just saw were my friends erupting because they took a step of faith. They did something that they felt like the Lord had asked them to do in prayer, in listening prayer. And they were just stinking elated. They'd actually reached out to a school system and totally thought that they were going to be turned down and felt like they were supposed to contact one individual in particular, and they thought he was calling back to say, hey, it's not going to happen, appreciate you, love you, but you know, we can't have this in our school system. And the guy actually said, hey, do you think the fellow that's coming into town can train all of my staff? Because he does something unique and incredible that gets you out of a works, left brain mindset and into an intuitive, creative state.
Well, babe, you sound really stressed. It sounds like you have a lot of stuff going on.
Babe, I'm freaking out. I can't tell if it's work or stress or I'm doing it on the flesh or the business or the combination of all of them, but I'm kind of losing it.
I've been trying this new thing. It's not new, but new to me. And it's called listening prayer. It taps into the creative side of hearing from God. So we've been raised up in praying and hearing from the Lord and seeking the Word and like getting revelation from Him and writing it all down on paper. We've got books and books and books of stuff that we can look back at and be reminded of, and it's amazing and it's life-changing. But there's this other side of a prayer life that you can tap into in your communication with God, and I really think you would benefit from it because it taps into that creative side that you naturally have, your storytelling side. And I found a lot of healing in it, and I think you might too.
Okay. Now this could be tricky. If you're a left brain thinker, or you're just used to like praying a list or diving deeply into the Word and, I don't know, accomplishing something in prayer, this is going to take some getting used to. There's a learning curve and a half. I'm not saying you shouldn't be in the Word, definitely be in the Word, definitely journal, definitely all that stuff. And there is a reception and like a trying to hear out of it. But it's a right brain endeavor. It's a disengaging, if you will, of your mind and letting your spirit. The old timers used to call it meditation. The ancient monks would get alone with the Lord and just wait and let Him fill their minds and their hearts with the things that He wanted to talk about. It's very much one of those endeavors, and it takes a little getting used to. Personally, at the very beginning when I started doing this, it was like herding cats.
Don't let anybody tell you it's easy.
Up here, because I have always wanted to know what the Lord had for me today. So I would read the Word and then I would sit down and I would ask Him, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And now with this listening prayer, you kind of go to your favorite place in the world or in heaven or a place that He populates in your mind. Sounds crazy, but once you've tasted and seen, it's amazing. And then He shows up and He begins to speak about things, and you'll feel like peace and love and joy wash over you. But at some point in the process of the sitting before Him and waiting for Him to speak in your favorite place, the light bulb comes on. And stressing and straining over what needs to happen in the day or how much of the Word was read or memorized or studied, or the direct revelation of what you're supposed to do for the day kind of ceases to exist. There you have it. It's not about doing more or being more productive. It's about His presence and resting in who He says that He is and who He says that you are. And it's from this space that everything else seems to work out. Dive into listening prayer. Give it a shot. Find your rhythm and your rest with the Lord. Let Him tell you who you are. It's truly transformative. Oh, secret, nothing needs to happen. Just hang out with Jesus. Just dwell in His presence. Even in that, you're going to find yourself changed. If you're dwelling on the left side of your brain and you're a task-oriented, gotta get stuff done type of person, you may struggle a little bit in the beginning. But whenever this side kicks in, when your right brain kicks in, when the Spirit kicks in, when the intuitive thought creativity begins to emerge, you're going to find those barriers and issues and stressors of life tend to disappear in who He is, and dwelling in the house of the Lord all the days of your life.
Pastor Jared. Sorry. You told me to say. Okay, husband Jared.
We're still in this relationship, okay? This isn't that far out.